I'm building my dad's dream car. It's a series where each episode we pick one thing and we finish it entirely. On the last episode, we overhauled the entire chassis, changing literally every single thing that touches the frame rail and completely transformed the car. But on this episode, we're trying to make more horsepower. So we've got this. So we're gonna yank out the old motor, and then we're gonna swap in the new engine, which makes over 2 times the amount of horsepower. But first, we're gonna dyno this boat anchor 396. And because we're not muscle car guys, we're not doing engine dynos. We're taking this thing to a chassis dyno and putting this thing on the roller, because it only matters how much power we make at the tire. Let's get started. If you missed the last episode, I teamed up with Pennzoil to make my dad's dream a reality. The car he's wanted my entire life is in his possession, but its condition makes it something that he rarely drives. Since Pennzoil's Long May We Drive campaign celebrates our cars and the unique and exciting lives they allow us to live, we wanted to get my dad's car set up so he can enjoy as many miles as he can. I've been running Pennzoil in all of my cars, and I drive them a lot and hard. Pennzoil's Ultra Platinum is protection for the lifetime of your vehicle. It's the perfect product for this series because the goal is to get my dad out there and driving as much as he possibly can. There's no sense in doing an engine swap and not knowing what this thing makes at the tire. So we came here to European Auto Source. They're my go-to for like BMW stuff, but they agreed that we could throw the Chevelle on the rollers. Let's see what this thing makes. I'm thinking like 280 horsepower. What about you?
150 to the wheel.
150? Yo!
Old shit is different.
My dad's gonna fight you.
Their speed limit was 25 miles an hour back in the day.
They couldn't spill the milkshake while driving it, you know? Tell the people, what do you think this is gonna make?
270 and 400 foot-pounds.
Hey, we were pretty close. Oh, Tony Angelo. What's up, kiddo?
What up, dude?
Yo, what's up, mustache man? We got the Chevelle on the rollers with the 396 in it. What do you think it's gonna make?
Iron head?
So it's got iron head, 750 carb, Edelbrock intake headers.
What carburetor is it?
A Holley double pumper 750.
What transmission?
Turbo 400.
All right, my guess, 296.
Okay, give me Finnegan. He said 296. Finnegan!
What's up, dude?
Hello, my friend. Congrats on 1 million f***ing subscribers. Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
So we're dynoing my dad's Chevelle before we pull the motor out. What power do you think it's gonna make?
What year's the 396?
I don't know. I mean, it might be the original motor. It might not be.
Hub dyno or roller dyno?
Roller dyno.
You're gonna make
Notice he said you're gonna, not you might. You're gonna.
272 to the tires.
272. Dude, I'm so jealous of you guys on boats. God damn it. You boys be safe. I'll let you know what this stupid thing dyno's at. All right, see ya.
Later.
Leading hot rod guys predicting about the same amount of power. So you know what time it is. We're at the dyno, baby. What do you think the Chevelle's gonna make? Horsepower prediction.
Oh, 396?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and guess we're putting down 262. That's higher. But I'm gonna go for 350 foot-pounds.
Wow, literally everybody is in like the same exact bracket. All right, I'll hit you back. Most important one, Pops hit me back.
What's up, son?
What up?
What's up, Johnny?
What's up, Pops?
We're at the dyno with the car. What do you think it's gonna make?
500 horsepower.
No, with the old motor, you boomer.
3 1/4.
3 1/4.
Hey, man.
Ambitious. Okay. If it makes less, you don't get to call it a real car until it makes more.
I'm gonna go with 3 1/4, maybe 350 even. The car's heavy.
I'll let you know. I'll hit you back in a bit. See you, Pop.
All right, get over.
My dad's ambitious. 284. What? I don't remember what anyone said, but I think I said like 280 something. I'm thinking like 280 horsepower. Not bad. I mean, pathetic, but not bad. So I didn't do my research before coming here, and I know a lot of you guys probably know better than I do, but Steve was saying in like torque converter automatics like this, you're actually supposed to like lock it into gear.
Yeah.
Because right now it's like doing a downshift.
No, it's not doing downshift, but I'm having to roll into it very slow to keep it from downshift.
Oh, okay. So we might have it wrong, but whatever.
Oh my God, come on.
Woo! We're picking up big power now, baby. We're talking 293.
Yo, you keep finding power. Good engine.
I don't know. You think it's like embarrassing for all these BMWs just knowing they make like double the horsepower?
It's just stock.
Like, all right, this thing has been sitting in the background of the shop for months now, so I'm so excited to finally get to uncrate it. You know, it's one of the few things that kind of sucks about doing car build content on YouTube, because when I get new parts, my favorite thing to do is literally open them right away. I'm like a kid on Christmas. But with YouTube, we gotta film the process, and we weren't ready. So this thing has literally been sitting in this bag right back there for like 4 months. So I'm so excited to get this out of the damn crate. It's time. Also, that means if you're ever watching content and we're taking parts off the car and you think to yourself, I want that old junk, just hit us up, because chances are we want to get rid of it. So for that, I actually started a broadcast channel on my Instagram account where I list miscellaneous stuff that we have around the shop that I want to get rid of. Wouldn't it just be funny if this was just a bag of trash and that we did nothing to the motor because it's fine? Oh, dude! What the f? What the f? What the f? God, it came with everything. The spark plug wires are attached. Big friggin' engine. I told you guys I'd surprise you with what you were doing. Literally everyone out there thinks that when you're rebuilding a muscle car, you gotta put an LS or an LT in it. But you know what? Old school is cool. Keep things the way that they're supposed to be. This is not a fad. This is not a trend. This will never go out of style in one of those. It is a big block Chevy, 502 cubic inch, 620 horsepower, gas guzzling V8, baby. See this? See this? It's a carburetor. We're not doing fuel injection. We're sticking with a carburetor. We're sticking with a big block, modernized, more performance, much more power, but all packaged in the same classic way that my dad loves and what really should be in these cars. Hey, what's up, Mom?
Hey, Pops, why you got chicken cutlet grease on your camera, man?
Can you guys, you know, it's so easy to make fun of them. And like, I know it seems like I give my parents a hard time, but like, they sort of deserve it. Can you wipe your phone?
With the skin?
Yeah, he had the chicken cutlet on his finger. He got it all over. Worse, oh my God. Hey, do you want to see something cool?
Yeah.
What's that?
What's that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, wow.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, wow, that is cool. Even I think it's cool. Even Mom thinks it's cool.
You hear that, folks? Get a big block, because even your mom will think it's cool.
Love you. All right, kiddo. Bye, guys.
Bye.
But let me tell you about this engine. This is a Blueprint 502, 627 horsepower at the flywheel. It also has a hydraulic roller cam, and what that means is no more zinc additive flat tappet oil. We can run regular Pennzoil in this engine. It's also 10-to-1 compression, which means we can run this thing on pump gas without any headaches. It's got a 4-inch stroke, 6.385-inch rods. I don't know what that means, but it makes a lot of power. And it also comes fully dressed with a carburetor, distributor, plugs, and wires. And also, I have a whole front drive kit for it, so this thing will literally drop right in and make a ton of power. And since it's not a swap, it should be pretty easy, right? Right? And since we complained a lot about the transmission that's in the car, we're not bolting this up to the Turbo 400 that's in it. We got something better. Now this is gonna be something that I think is a little controversial and people may or may not like. Whoo! Because I think a lot of people wanted to see us do a manual transmission in the car. And truth be told, my dad wanted a manual at first too. But after driving a variety of different muscle cars, I really feel like these cars are suited best with an automatic. So we got the best in the biz. This is a Gearstar 4L80E. It's a 4-speed automatic, which will give us another gear for better cruising on the freeway, but it'll also give us a ton of reliability while handling all of the horsepower and torque that this motor puts out. It's got a properly stalled converter for the camshaft in this motor. It's got a billet flex plate, all sorts of built internals. So this thing is gonna be perfect for the application. So all we gotta do is put this stuff together, slam it in the car. When were drain plugs invented? Is that like a generational thing? They put one on the oil pan, but then the transmission is filled with like 800 quarts of fluid and there's no drain. You just have to take the pan down. Did they not think you were just gonna drench yourself in transmission fluid every single time? Or is that like the joke? Maybe there wasn't enough misery back in like the 70s. How dumb. This is why I'm doing this the day before we pull the motor, because I'm gonna make a mess doing oil and coolant drain. So rather than getting frustrated at the first thing you do, get frustrated at the last thing you do. Because then you could just go home and eat dinner.
Oh my god.
It's exactly as I predicted.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I helping?
I need your help, I need your help.
Okay.
No way I can do this.
Sweet!
Oh, that was so wet. Why in the world does it work like that?
Dope.
So you got air-cooled Porsches, water-cooled cars, and then milkshake-cooled muscle cars. It all started with the 1955 Bel Air, the opening of Froster's Freeze, and they bring the roller skate girls and bring the milkshakes out on the tray. So somebody was like, man, I feel so good in the summertime. You know, I just feel like the milkshakes cool me down. It's like cars, no air conditioning. Air conditioning wasn't even invented on like mass scale yet. So some hot rodder from back in the day, I think it was Vic Edelbrock, don't quote me on that. He said, let's take these milkshakes and pour them into the radiator. And at first people were like, this guy's nuts. But as shown here, it helps make tremendous power by keeping the engine cooler, less detonation. It was like what they did before E85. I don't even know if anyone's tried like milkshake and E85, but this is the way. So I just pull this hose off and just make a huge mess.
No. You don't want a huge mess. Oh my god!
Never mind! It's so angry!
Never mind, never mind.
Oh, it is the earliest we have ever been at the shop because we brought in Marcus from Ironworks and they start at 4:30.
Yeah.
So when he said in the last episode that he would come down here and help because he wants this motor, he wasn't kidding.
Yeah, that'd be perfect, dude.
Yeah, Marcus is gonna help and then he's actually gonna take the big block home with him. So yeah, we got an A-body guy here, so it's gonna be fun. All right, man, well, good luck. I'll be back in a couple hours.
All right, so we're gonna go and load this thing up on the trailer and pull it home.
Oh, the whole car?
Just take it home, take the motor with you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the collectors.
This guy knows nothing.
7/16.
I don't trust him anymore.
I found that you need 2 collector gaskets because you make so much horsepower with these big block Chevys.
All right. Just where I left it.
Oh, sick.
That's such a sarcastic aw sick.
Yeah.
You can hear a sarcastic aw sick from a mile away. So you hear that, you're like, oh, that was bullshit. That was not sick. In fact, not sick.
We'll go back to that later.
That's the kind of sick that was.
Aw sick followed by I'll go to the other side. Definitely got the, we're not putting all the bolts back in it treatment. What was that?
So, I've been trying to find my 7/16 socket since you guys left.
Stop.
No way!
I swear.
Shut the
Stop.
I swear. I put that on everything. That is a 7/16 socket.
I'm just-
I bought a new one.
Worth the trip!
This wasn't staged. I was rolling and I happened to catch that. There's no.
I mean, I've driven this car a couple 100 miles too. So
And Dyno.
yeah, went to the dyno. We drove it on the road a bunch. Like, how did it?
where it was at.
How that thing had to have been like deep somewhere.
So I'm gonna go home now. I got my socket back.
Just can't
That's all
get
I
the
came
socket.
really wanted the socket.
Y'all just someone on this for that socket.
You always gotta find a tool in a car disassembly. Always.
God, that sound gives me boners.
Whoa.
I love that sound.
I didn't know you could get multiple.
It just keeps getting harder.
We wanna try to get to the top bolt.
You know you're in it for the long haul when you start staring off elsewhere while trying to turn some
Yo, you're just in another journey. You know?
I just zoned off at the exit sign right now, and I'm like, I'm almost there.
Just thinking about like a nicer time. You're like, what would life be like if I just got into golf? One of my friends talking about how expensive golf is, and I was like, let me explain cars to you. Imagine you go golfing, and at the end of your day, you take your clubs and you throw them in the trash. And the next time you want to go golfing, you buy new clubs. That's a track day. After getting fuel in my eyes, power steering fluid on my eyes, I decided I'd finally put my safety glasses on. And now I just have power steering fluid dripping on my back.
Just getting wrecked today.
Engine out, what is it, 9 o'clock, 9:30?
10.
10,
10.
all right.
Well, we started not right at 7.
Yeah, it's like two and a half hours
Yeah.
out, not bad. We got the engine going in Marcus's 71, 72? 72. And then his friend is actually taking the trans for his Chevelle SS also, so
Yep.
we're rehoming all these parts, clearing out the shop. So the next up is we gotta prep the new engine. We got a whole bunch of accessory drives to add to the front of it. We're gonna clean up the engine bay a bit, got a whole lot of stuff to pull out of there, and then new engine time. I have a full front drive kit here from CVF, and this is actually going to convert it over to a serpentine setup. So using your traditional serpentine belt with actual pulleys. And this should do away with Pop's good old squeaking V-belt. This is basically what it's gonna look like. It's everything you need for the front drive kit, including the alternator, a high flow water pump. It even has a power steering reservoir, and then all the pulleys and tensioners. Not only are they black anodized, which looks really nice, but it even comes with these covers to cover up the hardware here, which I think looks really great. So let's get into it. My favorite part about old cars is you don't know what's rust and what's crust. the rust and crust blends together. So this breaks down the crust and leaves you with rust. Engine gunker. The sludge is so thick. We just uncovered a brake line. I wish I had my archaeology tools again, but that under this crust is a brake line. And that crust is actually gonna keep that brake line from rusting because air and moisture cannot get to it. So we're gonna leave it. Hold up. A little bit. So I brought my pops back in.
Oh my god, you could rip his arm off.
Yeah, baby, that's actually good. So we got a little bit of a side quest today. It's probably one of the most essential modifications that you need to do while building a car. So let's get into it.
We're doing it.
We got Rick and the boys here from Vintage Air because no project car is complete to me and other old guys like me without having air conditioning.
And young guys like you.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people out there are like, Southern California, you don't need air conditioning, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We're getting Pop's car all set up with air conditioning. Rick has helped us out with a ton of cars back in the Hoonigan days. Everything from Zach's C10 to Zach's Blazer and also the Dunk and other cars.
That's right. That's right.
What are we doing today?
Today we're doing the Chevelle, your dad's Chevelle. Pretty cool project.
Yeah.
Car he's had a long time and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool y'all stuck with a big block in it. You know, kind of really traditional motor, and I think in the car, I think it's going to work out really well. We've got our Gen 5 SureFit kit that we're putting in here, and again, it's a direct bolt-in system, original factory AC car, so we'll hook into the factory air louvers and vents and everything.
Yeah. Which is
an OEM look to it.
An important thing to say is it's a factory AC car, but we literally took every single piece out. I asked Rick before they came, I said, what do we need to leave? And he said, nothing. But I just learned an interesting fact, and you never said this. You guys did the OE air conditioning in the Ford GT.
Yes, both of them. Yeah, we're really proud of that fact. A lot of the same technology that we used in the Ford GT is what you're seeing in our systems now.
That's
today.
sick.
So,
I didn't know
very
that.
similar.
You casually dropped it earlier, and I was like, what? All right.
So a couple things you've got to pay attention to when you're putting the dryer on. This dryer has desiccant in it, so it's going to absorb moisture as soon as I open it up, and that's its job in the system. When I set this thing up, this condenser comes in plugged, both sides. It's got caps on it. It's charged with nitrogen. Took a cap off the bottom, added an O-ring to the line. Every time you put an O-ring on the line, you're going to put a little drop of mineral oil. We supply this with the kit. You don't want to use just any oil, so use the stuff we supply with the kit. And you got to lubricate that O-ring, because if you don't, when you go to put it together, you'll end up pinching it, cutting it, and then you'll have a leak. You want to seat the O-ring down into the seat before you start putting the nut on. See how I got it all seated down in there tight? A lot of times what people will do is they just run the nut up on there before the O-ring's seated, and that's another way to get it pinched.
Just putting some Dynomat in here, putting in some insulation, heat barrier behind where the AC box is gonna go, just to add a little bit of extra protection from the engine, because these engine bays get super hot, and this is like the thinnest metal ever. Anything to reduce cabin noise and also heat.
Okay, so it's really important. You notice on this heater valve here, it's directional. So we're gonna be leaving the engine out of the manifold. This is the pressure side of the pump, basically leaving the engine. Gonna come over to the heater hose. I'll just kind of mock it up. Heater hose here is gonna come up through the fender. Noting the direction of the arrow, it's gonna be pointing towards the AC system to the heater core. And then when I install it, I'm gonna hang the servo down like this. So any water and anything that drips on it's just dripping off of it. Also, I'm gonna be using these constant tension clamps instead of the worm clamps. These are the bane of any mechanic's existence because you remember these things coming loose from your channel locks and shooting across the room. This is a better clamp though, so we're including these with our systems now. I've got the heater control valve put into the heater hose. This little guy right here is the wiring that came through the firewall cover up here right along with the hoses. There's an itty bitty connector right there. Don't forget that, because if you forget it, the valve could be either, depending on if it's shipped closed or opened, it's not going to be operating. So definitely this is something you don't want to forget. It'll drive you crazy because it's hiding up in the fender.
All right, so Billy got everything under the dashboard set up. So we got the blower motor in and everything ready to go. We put the dashboard back in and now we're gonna run some hoses. Then it should be in for the final time, right?
Yes, sir.
How you feeling about it, Pops?
Looking good now. You have to look at the gauges too.
I just want you guys to know he's pointing this out because that's the parts he worked on.
You don't have all that, like, turnkey with all the tools there. Yeah, all right. Is it good? Yep.
Yep.
Hey, there we are.
Jeez.
On some air. That's got some
Test
blowing power.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, the air conditioning's not working right now because we need the engine to run to charge the system to make it work. But they're just testing the power on the system right now, and then they're done with their job. We gotta get this thing running. I'm honestly really excited for it because driving this thing around in California without air conditioning, sitting in traffic, brutal. Kind of sucks. Well, thank you guys so much for helping us out. You killed it. I hope you enjoy your vacation in California.
Thank you.
All right, now me and Pop's got to get this thing fired up. The beauty of editing is you guys don't have to sit through what has been the most boring path of getting this car running over the last couple of months. I haven't worked on muscle cars in a really long time, so it's been a case of I don't know what I need until I don't. Are you kidding me? Stop drilling! So I don't know what I don't have until I get to it. So it's been a really boring process, but we're gonna chop through a lot of that. Let me show you what we had to do. So first off, I was missing just about every fitting and bit and bob that we needed. So I reached out to our friends over at Holley Performance who have literally every brand under the sun for muscle cars. Got a whole fuel system dialed in for this with a mechanical pump, fuel filter, fuel pressure regulator, radiator, dual fans, a ton of other little parts that we needed. I also put an anti-gravity battery in to give us a little bit more clearance around here for the AC lines, and also just to have a nice battery for it to sit over the winter when it's with my pops. And then under the car, we ran into a whole bunch of issues. First off, the 2.5-inch exhaust is not gonna cut it for this monstrous engine. So we swapped it out with a MagnaFlow 3-inch exhaust, but the X-pipe hit the cross member, so we had to have our buddy Franklin come in, chop this thing up, move it down so it now all fits, but we still have to make the over the axle work, which isn't on the car yet. So over the last couple of days, Sam from Access Garage, the dudes with the nicest Hondas, he's a good all-around mechanic, so he helped me wire up this car, chop out a lot of nonsense that was happening under the hood, because being from 1970, people really screwed around with the harness. So we got it all dialed, got the 6AL box wired up. Then last night, Zach came over and we checked initial timing, and then we programmed the transmission controller from US Shift so it knows throttle position and shift timing and RPM and all that. And look, it still needs a little bit of cleaning up in here. Sam kept wanting to cut all the wires out and start over, but I said, no scope creep. We're trying to get this thing done for the internet, and then we could tidy it up. So we're gonna go drive it, make sure everything is good, and then we're gonna tidy up the wires and stuff tonight. We gotta get this thing out on the road because it's been way too long. I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is my dad's not here. The bad news is my dad's not here, so we can't enjoy the car yet. But the other bad news is that we're not gonna get some good rips on this episode. If you guys noticed, the spark plug wiring routing is real janky here. The way they have it set up from Blueprint is 90s coming off the spark plugs and going under the manifolds. But because these headers are not Blueprint, they didn't account for how weird they would fit. I was running into an issue where I was burning up spark plug wires on the header, so I rerouted them around, and guess what? My last set of spark plug wires, I burned up number 7. Now the car's got a bit of a misfire, so we can't get some good rips on it. But that'll be next episode. I got some really fun stuff planned. My dad's coming out here. We'll get this thing on the dyno. We're gonna take it out, drive it, and enjoy it. Next week, for all you guys who watch all my videos, I got a huge surprise coming up, so I wanted to get this video done and get this out ASAP. So make sure to check back in next week. I appreciate all you guys for watching, but for now, I got wiring to clean up, I got spark plugs to make, I got exhaust pipes to make to go over the axle, I gotta do the 6AL box has to be cleaned up. I gotta put a lower temp thermostat in it. I need to do a different fan switch so the fans turn on earlier. I gotta put the hood back on.